Hello everyone, welcome to my video where I'll show you how I painted my Pidgeot bow. You can see how I made it in another video. First I used a spray gesso, because I needed something to prime it with. You can also prime it with wood glue or PVA primer, and it has a really good result, but this is just really fast and I didn't have much time. I used only one layer, but if you use more layers you will get a smoother result. The gesso dries really fast. The bow needed to be gold, and I needed a base color for it. Gold is a warm tone, so you need brown as a base color for it. I used 2 layers of brown paint to create the base color. I just used acrylic paint. I used makeup brushes to paint it, because they are really soft. When the acrylic paint is dry, I used the goldwax from Pebeo to paint it gold. For this I also used the makeup brushes. You can just dab it on and lightly brush it onto the bow, because this paint is really pigmented and you only need 1 layer. For this bow I used 3 colors of the Pebeo gold wax: King's Gold, Empire Gold and Renaissance Gold. When the gold paint was dry, I wanted the piece to have more depth to it. So I diluted some brown acrylic paint and just painted it where I wanted the shadows to be. Of course, I repeated this process throughout the whole bow. On every spot where I wanted shadows, I added some of the diluted brown paint.
Hope glows in the dark like a sun to the stars. I'll be a satellite. Flames blaze in your heart, light a match, make a spark. We are dynamite.
I really like to add black stripes to give it even more depth. Normally I would do this with a black marker, but because the wax is a little bit greasy, the marker doesn't really work on the surface. So that's why I use black acrylic paint. I also diluted the paint here a bit, so it's easier to paint thin stripes. As you can see, I use a really thin brush for this. I didn't only want the shadows, but also highlights. To paint the highlights, I used a white paint marker, and I just drew on lines. To seal it all, I used spray varnish. I didn't film this, but I just sprayed it all over the bow. And this is the result. I really like how it turned out. Of course, you can see much more on my Facebook and Instagram, and if you want to learn more about working with Worbla, you can also buy my book. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time. Goodbye!